Continuing on with YouPort, we have some decisions to make, and I've got a feeling they're the kind of decisions that will come back to bite me at some future date, but let's just suck it and see. I said early on in this series I'm going to give up on planning too much and just go with it. That's the goal here. I did do a little bit of planning just to make sure something would even fit. But yeah, I'm not going to overthink it too much. I'm not going to plan out 100 miles worth of plot advancement. It's really not the word I'm looking for here, but yeah, we're not going to go too crazy. What we are going to do is undo some of this planned road here, because I don't need to go around the back of those buildings. I can cross over here if I need to, which I will need to. I'm also going to undo that bit. And this hangar, I could leave it there. I could work around it, but I'm not going to bother. I'm going to switch it off, get rid of it. I mean, to date, all of our emergencies have been in general aviation anyway, so it's not like there's been an obvious case for needing two hangars. If it proves to be something we need long term, we can always shift it here, replace one of these stands. We'll see. What I want to do is actually extend the taxiway out from this point, basically having it running along behind this building. I might shift it up just a little. But beyond that, we are purchasing this. So we now have room. I'll just demonstrate for a moment. We now have room for our medium runways. The precise location yet to be determined, but we have room. That is being demolished. Good-o, good. Now, if I were to quickly zoom in and check the status of these poor guys. Oh yeah, there should really be a bathroom down here. Let's move that. Oh, let's see which way's which. That way. Let's move that there. I can't draw it over the top, can I? No, of course not. Let's just pause while we do this. Room, bathroom. 3x3 is honestly enough. There's only 2 people down here anyway. One, 2, 3, and some walls. You may have noticed I'm deliberately leaving gaps for the doors these days. That's purely to not have to redraw secure zones later. Right, staff room is this section. Staff only is still that entire section there. This can not be on yet. Okay. We also need to remove some path from here. The reason for focusing on the bathroom first was, of course, if these guys needed to use the bathroom while I'm replacing the path, they'd be a bit stuck. Right. I'm also going to do a tiny bit of decoration here. Am I? Yes. That can go there and there. And here. Okay. planning mode on. There will be service road carrying out through here. Obviously that fence needs to go. There will be taxiway. Approximately here. No. Just to limit the clipping of wings, I'm going to move it down an extra tile. So there will be taxiway across here, which means that needs to be fixed. That will run across through here. And before I go crazy deleting too much of the fence, I will just delete a small section and then build in more. Let's drop it from here, go outside of the otherwise buildable zone and shove this all the way along here. That can disappear. And this is the part where it's likely to come back to bite me. I would like to have some medium stands hanging off Terminal 2, which is my domestic airport. After that, I'm going to start trying to work on international, so that the majority of my medium and large flights will all be international. I think that's going to cause some fun because, let's see, de-icing, not that we need that. Fueling we can probably get away with because there's going to be a fuel depot here long term anyway. But things like aircraft cleaning, I'm a bit concerned. I don't want to have to build extra buildings just to support one or possibly two of these medium stands. Ah well, we'll see what happens. There will be taxiway approximately there. Yes, the fence is in the way currently. And I definitely want it running left to right. Do I want it here? Down here? I certainly don't have plans of having anything running on the far side of it. So down the bottom seems to make sense. Yeah, let's go with that. That was in not planning mode, so that's set in motion. Speaking of not planning mode, that fence was in planning mode. Oh well. And for now, let's take it from here. Apparently that wasn't in planning mode either. Oh well. Let's kill off this fence. Obviously the terminal's going to have to expand a little here just to get people on board. That's fine. I'm 100% okay with that happening. It can be a very minimal extension. Alright. To connect to the runway, we of course need ramps. And yeah. sure that spot will be fine. And the other little bit of planning I did is working out where this can go. 1, 2, 3. Pretty sure it's that spot right there. Now there'll be another one way back here somewhere. But we'll figure that out as we go. Because what I'm going to do is have this runway supporting small craft as well as medium aircraft. Ah yes, road. Road. Right. You can connect to that baggage bay, and you can be deliberately switched off, because at the moment it won't show up in here. I can't do what I need to do, which is switch off auto planning. I do not want auto planning to start putting flights on there before I'm ready for them. Speaking of ready for them, vehicles are required. We will need a stair truck, and a small force pushback truck. We may also need a large baggage truck. I'm not quite sure where the cutover is for that, but I'm going to order one anyway. Yeah, that's fine. How large? Yeah, okay, never mind. It can't fit between the runway and that, and you'd have to get a service road out there anyway, so let's not worry about that plane. I don't particularly want my taxiway a mile from the runway itself. What am I doing? Stands. Now, I could place it here. I could place it something like here. Pretty sure the not valid statement there is because of the fence I'm building. That's fine. The other factor, if I check my baggage bay, which is causing me of concern for some reason, service vehicle can't reach job site. Yeah, that's because I'm building the road, and that's fine. I have... Let me explain. One baggage bay can handle 12, let's call it, units of baggage. A medium stand takes up 1.5 units, and I have 10 small stands. So 10 plus 1.5 is 11.5. I could add, apparently it rounds down, I could add an 11th small stand, Or I could switch one of them off, disconnect it, and have two medium stands. I think I'd rather do that. And the logical one to switch off is this one. Small stand 10 is the longest walk for passengers. Yeah, I want to do that. So what we have to do then is go into Flight Monitor, find small stand 10 and tell it to not be automated anymore. Eventually it will stop getting aircraft. How much money do I have? I don't have that much, never mind. Yeah, it's going to take a while to figure out exactly how this is all going to fit together. That shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. Let's see. Let's demolish the fence that we just built. Let's figure out where the terminal's going to go. Which is something like that. Missed. Okay. Fence, fence, fence. Yeah, there's still a ton of fence line to build yet, though. I did kind of want that happening before the runway and whatnot got completed, but never mind. Right, we need to get rid of that wall. We would need some seating. Let's put them this way. And we would need desks. Boarding desk. Right. One. Ah, yeah. Secure zone, of course. Huh. No, that still didn't do what I wanted. Oh, of course, right. The stripy lines are because the terminal itself is not built yet. That's fine. Okay. Medium desk. There, and approximately there. Cool. It'll be quite a walk back to this bathroom here for the, which is it, for the gents. But I think it's still close enough to be functional. And if I were to move... Starting to think about franchises. If I were to move these chairs around, I might be able to put one in here. And that seems like a sensible plan. Get rid of you. Place these like so. And we could even expand that a little. Right. Should we switch that way? If that were to go there... And here's one of the things I would like the devs to answer, by the way. Why is it that aircraft stands have the road built in, but hangars don't? Why the mismatch? Do the whole thing one way or do the whole thing the other. Just, the mismatch is weird. Oh, I don't even need that bit, I could just do that. And then we extend the terminal zone, like so. Runways don't need to be included in the zone, just for the record. You'll see here parking spaces, or buses, etc. Vehicle parking, stands, check-in desks, staff rooms, and baggage bay. Those are all terminal dependent. Everything else doesn't give a toss whether you've got terminal marked out or not. Right. Speaking of terminal, I ordered some vehicles. You need to be assigned directly to a pad. Not that you can get to it right now. And where's the other one? You also need to be assigned to that pad. And if I go back into terminal view, yes, that gets assigned. That has already magically assigned itself. Auto assign is switched off. And yet. Anyway. Yeah, eventually this little bit of road will get built, that warning sign will go away, same deal with the taxi. Okay, that's all fine, we've got $500,000. If I speed the game up, we won't have to wait so long for everything to build. While we are waiting, let's start thinking about... Nope, I still can't do it. I hired the right executive, did I not? No, I need a strategy director. Okay, that's fine. Strategy. You'll do. Cool. Let's go to the right screen. Do I actually have franchise shops? Franchise cafes. Okay, they do have to be researched. I wasn't sure. When I had discovered that the strategy director was necessary to open up rooms, I didn't realize that that was in addition to being able to, well, having researched one of these. I thought these were upgrades, not the original permittance. So we're going to have food available, we're going to have some sort of shopping available. It's all going to be quite small, but hey, it's a small domestic airport at the moment, that's fair. Now the traffic savvy among you might be thinking, there's an awful lot of transit road that passes behind stands. And what I mean by that is, to get into the airport, they come in here and they have to drive past all of these stands, interrupting the traffic that's already there, and then continue on through to this section. And you'd be completely right about that. It's a problem. It's a design flaw, and I'm going to live with it anyway. I don't intend to have this section connected up to the international terminal. I will instead use either another road out through here, or I will use, excuse me, shopping, start project. I will either use the tunnel or build a road direct. Probably I will use the tunnel. That way the large amount of traffic that will need to get in and out of the international airport will be separated from the traffic that's going through here anyway, so I think we'll be okay. This needs to be switched on. And immediately gets used, poor guy. Let's see. I think we're getting close to being ready to use this. And by close I mean I still have to build a lot of things, but yeah, I think this will work. So if I then go into building mode, I have 0.5 mil. This is gonna hurt. It's not too bad. Oops. Get rid of that. Back to planning mode. So as you can see, it's starting to look like a complete setup. Yes, obviously it's still under construction. Yes, there's only 2 stands attached to it, but not really. You see, small stands can now get there, and we can make this use small aircraft as well as medium aircraft. Whether we eventually let the international flights use this runway as well or not, that remains to be determined. But we definitely are getting close to being able to use it. Let's get out of planning mode and start setting up a shop. By the way, if you getting into this situation, let's just demonstrate here. 84. This is 84 square meters, and every franchise will have a required amount of square meterage. That one's 77, that one's 66, this one is 142. So remember the number 84. Where am I? Shopping. If I include the walls, I can get up to 126 in the same space. 84 or 126. I'll go with 126, it gives me more options. Now, what franchise would we like to put in here? Okay, it's not big enough for the 3 stars anyway, by the look of it. It certainly won't be big enough for the 4 and 5s, that's not what I'm after. Yeah. Okay. 2 stars will be plenty. Swift Edge, sure, why not? They need display fridges. That's all. Okay, that's fine. So, food counter, Wait. Really? Okay, they need a counter, yeah. I was gonna say, how do you run a shop with no counter? You would need a counter, it doesn't need to be large. Let's think about where people are sitting. They're mostly sitting over there. Which way around does this go? That way by the look of it. Okay. This is the bit that I don't get. And if I'm correct in how it works, it's something that really irritates me. No, I don't want that there. I want it... Let's see. There. And there. Now, if I check right now, obviously there are 2 display fridges out of 4. I'm fairly certain nothing else counts. Sandwich, snacks, coffee machine, beer tap, coffee machine. That way? That way, I think. And let's put in a bit of counter as well. Cool. Now, if I check this again, yeah, still only 2 added floor display fridges. And I have a problem with that. Let's have a look. 4, 4, 7, 7, 8, 10. At no point does anything else count. So all of your stores, if you're just following the requirements, they all end up looking the same. Some of the really high star franchises do require tables and other fancy bits and pieces, but for the most part, they all just want display fridges. And that's boring. I would really prefer if it was a mixture, so that all of these things counted towards it, or some of the franchises needed sandwich bars or coffee machines or whatever. But no. So given the way that works, let's just make it, let's see. I also don't know which way up these go. Yeah, that's the way they start, and most things face the same way, so I'm going to assume it goes that way up. I'm going to put in 5 just for the heck of it. We can build the rest of that, and we can get rid of... Let's just get rid of that section of wall. And then put in some seating. That's not tables. Tables. Let's see. Nope, not save template. Nope. Where are my templates? Okay, this is something I've wondered for a while. Do templates carry across games? Looks like maybe they don't. So, seating, let's go with the square table, there. If I put square table and square chairs, like so. Make that a template. Nope, I've just completely forgotten where the templates are. Templates, so there they are. Yeah, so it isn't carried across between games. That's fine, we can deal with it. Right, now that should be plenty. We can sign up SwiftEdge. And yeah, it opens up as soon as they actually get here. The other little thing I'm going to do, just quickly, is set up some seating for the people waiting for the bus. Because I've seen queuing happening again. That's under seating. Standard bench seating will be fine. Yeah, see how they're queuing on a weird angle and then they end up on that path. If there's enough, they run onto the path quite a distance. And let's put that there. And there. Cool. Our franchise is running. Let's give it a different floor. Let's say they can have a nice wood floor. Awesome. That's all constructed. This can be switched on now. These markers, in case you're not aware, that's where the planes start to take off from. And by start, I mean they will taxi up to that marker and then take off. So if you watch this plane, he moves onto the runway, moves up to here, pauses, and then runs. So I could have a ramp. Where am I? Ramps. I could, oops, that's not the kind I want. I could put a ramp here. But I don't think it'll get used anyway. I'm curious actually. Let's use grass ramps and see what happens. Similarly, the small aircraft, when they land on this runway, they won't need, yeah, see, taxiing, 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 taking up the runway that entire time. If I look at these runways, it's a bit tricky. Let's count it from the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5 chevrons. Check this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somewhere around here. I'm not going to be able to mark that in any way, am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I put that there, and obviously wait for it to be built. Is this one built yet? Yeah. Also, since we're demonstrating things and testing things, hey look, he went the right way. Fantastic. Since we're testing things and demonstrating and whatnot, did you know planes can drive on diagonals? Ta-da! So if you're concerned about the efficiency of certain things, you can actually cheat a little. Make it just that little bit more efficient by having them move on a diagonal rather than always 90-degree turns. They won't ever need to go that way. These ones could go that way and that way. Yeah, cool. So this operational, cool. Alright, let's watch the next one land. Which could take a while. Here we go. Is he going to use this exit? Yes, he is. Fantastic. And the main benefit of that is it keeps the small planes out of the way, or gets them out of the way sooner. Fantastic, I'm happy. Let's start getting these extra bits built, particularly the hangar. Now this is where things get irritating. He stopped because he's waiting for that one to take off. That's not ideal. You would want to build up, essentially you want two taxiways, one for in, one for out. Again, this isn't the most efficient design. Design is probably an overstatement to begin with. It's a game. Deal with it. Alright, exactly how broke does this make me? Yeah, just under 400,000. That's fine, we can live with that. Considering we got down to negative something at one point in the game, I can deal with having... That didn't remove the wall. Okay. Right. Yeah. I have no idea what I was saying. Something about cash, wasn't it? Got down to a negative. Yeah, I can deal with it being under 400,000. Cool. I forgot to look at when I started this video again, so I'm going to cut it here. I will see you in the next